Hey, what is good, my friends? Don't be shy. Come on in here. Come on in here. It's your boy, the gambling degenerate, Austin Wayne, back with another episode of The Answer Key, where you guys got the questions and I got the answers. We did pretty good on our picks for week 2, but we're going to see if we can do better than that on week 3. Remember, it is a vibe to subscribe, so go ahead and tell your friends, your mama, your uncle, whoever you know, let's get them in here. I want to give them the answers too, trying to get this channel popping, alright? We got a great week of football ahead of us for week 3. Let's jump right in there. Alright, week 3. Let's do this. First game of the week, Thursday night showdown. We got a classic divisional matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Both these teams lost last week. Both of these teams like to run the ball. I do think this is going to be a close game, honestly. With that being said, the spread is 5 points favored in Cleveland. I'm going to buy a point, and I'm giving it to the Pittsburgh Steelers at +6. I think that the wide receivers get it together for Pittsburgh, and they come out with the win here. I'm taking them at +6, and you heard me. I'm taking them outright for the money. And the spread, or the total, is tricky. They're trying to play you, I think. It's 38 points. I think this is like a 24-21 game. I'm buying a point. I'm taking the over 36.5. Moving along, we got Lamar Jackson and his Ravens heading to New England to play Bill Belichick. I was salty that the Ravens lost last week. I think Lamar Jackson had an outstanding showing. But it's just hard to overcome Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And Mike McDaniels, honestly, is a great play caller. I'm just not too sold on Patriots offense yet. Even though the Ravens defense is looking very underwhelming, it's not really what I expected. The spread is 3 favored in Baltimore. I'm going to take that. I think Lamar has a get-back game. So I'm taking the Ravens -3. I will take them outright. And honestly, I think the Ravens defense wants to show the world that they're still viable. So we're going to do under 44.5 points in this game. I'm taking the under. Moving along, we got the Buffalo Bills going down south to play the Miami Dolphins. This should be an exciting game. Even though I do have a theory that when two high-powered offenses play each other, it cancels out and makes a much more slower-paced game. The spread is 5.5 points favored to Buffalo. I do think Von Miller takes control of this game and starts to get to Tua. For that reason, I will take the Buffalo at -6 in this game. I'm going to buy a point, so I'm going to take a -4. Actually, I'm taking them outright. And like I said, the two high-powered offenses cancel out. The total is 54 points. I'm buying a 1.5 under 55.5 is what I pick. Moving along, we got the Cincinnati Bengals going to play the New York Jets. Bengals got dominated by the Cowboys' defensive line last game. I do think a similar occurrence will happen against the New York Jets line. Very good. The spread is 5.5 points favored in Cincinnati. After getting embarrassed like that by Cooper Rush, I just have to take the -5 for Cincinnati in this game. I think they have a get-back game. So -4 for Cincinnati, actually. I'm buying a point, obviously. I will take them outright. And I will take the under. The total is 45.5. I'm buying a point under 46.5 points for this game. I just do think the Jets' defensive line slows down them. Again, they got work to do on the offensive line. Moving along, we got the Detroit Lions going to play the Minnesota Vikings. Nice little matchup we got here, divisional. The Vikings got embarrassed by the Eagles last game. And Detroit, they just dominated. So the spread is 6 points. I'm going to give it to Detroit to make this closer than people think. I'm buying a point to make it +7 in Detroit. I will take the Vikings outright, though, to win this game. And the total is 53.5 points. Pretty obvious to me. I'm buying a 1.5 down, so 42.5 over is what I'm taking in this matchup. Points will be scored. Moving along, we got the Houston Texans against the Chicago Bears. Both these teams got beat last week. Pretty boring matchups. Aaron Rodgers did dominate Chicago just like I predicted. Houston Texans didn't do anything at all against that Denver defense. The spread is favored in Chicago at minus 2.5 points. I'm going to take that. I think Justin Fields has a pretty good game this matchup. So minus 2.5 for Chicago. I'm taking them outright. And I'm going to take the under in this matchup. The total is 40.5. Should be over the way Davis Mills throws it, but I am going to take the under at 41.5 points. Close running game. Moving along. We got a good one. Kansas City Chiefs going to Indianapolis. Indianapolis got spanked by the Jaguars, surprisingly. They didn't have Michael Pittman or Shaquille Leonard in that game, though, so I think that had a major factor in it. Kansas City has had plenty of time to prepare for this after whipping up on those Chargers. The spread is 7 points favored to KC. Something tells me, this is one of those games where my heart is speaking to me. I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts in this matchup at +8, actually. I think they're going to I think points will be scored. They're going to keep it closer. I will take KC outright to win this game. And the total is 49.5 points. I'm going with the over. Over 48.5. I think this is like a 31-26 type game. So, over 48.5 points. Moving along, we got the Las Vegas Raiders heading to Tennessee to play these Titans. Raiders usually do pretty good in Tennessee. Tennessee got their butt whipped by the Bills, and Raiders, my God, had a very saddening loss in overtime against these Cardinals after going up 20-0 on them. I don't know how they let that happen, honestly. I think Derek Carr and Devontae Adams has a big game to show the world they're not out of this division just yet. The spread is favored in Las Vegas, minus 2.5. I'm going to take that for Vegas. I'm taking the Raiders minus 2.5. I'm taking them outright. And the total is 45.5 points. Josh McDaniels likes to run the ball. Tennessee doesn't have much of a passing offense this year until Malik Willis comes in. I'm taking the under 46.5 points in this matchup. Moving along, we got the New Orleans Saints heading to Carolina to play these Panthers. Nice little divisional matchup. I do think people are sleeping on Carolina's defense. I say this every video. I'm just not sure about Carolina's offense just yet. I don't know if Baker Mayfield is the answer. Saints had a hard day against that Bucs defense. That was a divisional showing like I predicted. I'm going to take the Saints at -3 in this matchup. I do think they handle this. I don't think they lose 2 divisional matchups in a row. So I'm taking them outright as well. And I will take the over in this matchup. The total's 40. I'm buying a point down, so 38.5 points over. Moving along, we got the Philadelphia Eagles heading to Washington to play these Commanders. The Eagles just dominated these Vikings, which I didn't expect. They are favored in this game by 7 points. It's hard to contain Jalen Hurts with those legs and A.J. Brown. They got Devonta Smith, Jalen Reagor. It's just hard. I will take them at -7 in this game. Or -6, excuse me. I'm buying a point, obviously. So that means I'm taking them outright. And the total is 47.5 points. I think Washington's defense contains them a little bit in the first quarter. I'm going to take the under in this matchup. So under 48.5 points is my final answer for that game. Moving along, you got the Jacksonville Jaguars heading to LA to play these Chargers. This might be my lock of the week. In fact, it is. Chargers definitely taking this game. The spread is -7. After they lost last week, they have a get-back game for sure against these Jacksonville Jaguars. Not much of a defense there. So -7 in the Chargers. I'm taking -6. Obviously, Chargers outright. And the total is 47.5 points. I'm taking the over in this matchup. I think Trevor Lawrence, is getting it together. Etienne's starting to bust on the scene. The wide receivers starting to gel in Peterson's offense. This is going to be an over. This is like 33-20 type game to me. So an over in this matchup. Over 46.5 points is my final answer. Moving along, got the Atlanta Falcons heading to Seattle to play these Seahawks. This should be an exciting one to watch, honestly. I think that both these teams aren't too good. Atlanta is somewhat sleepy this year, or sneaky. Sleepy and sneaky. Let's see here. The spread is -2, favored to Seattle. Can't do it. I'm taking the +3 in Atlanta, and I'm taking them outright for the money. And this is a 42.5 point total. I'm taking the under in this matchup. So under 43.5 points, I do believe. Moving along, we got a great matchup. Might just be the game of the week in my eyes. We got the Green Bay Packers heading down to Tampa Bay to play the GOAT. The GOAT took care of these Saints last couple minutes. And the Green Bay Packers dominated these Bears. They think it's going to be a close one. They got -2 points. You know what? I'm doing it. I think I'm taking the Packers in this matchup. I do think their defense makes a statement here. I'm taking the Packers in +3. I will take the Packers outright for the money. And this is going to be... total is 41 points. You know what? I'm going to take the under in this matchup. Like I said, two high-powered offenses. They cancel out. I'm taking the under at 42.5 points. Moving along, we got another great divisional. We got the Los Angeles Rams head to Arizona to play Kyler Murray. This should be a good one after the Rams just beat the Falcons. Arizona had a nice clutch win against the Raiders. The spread is 3.5 points, so 4 points essentially favored to the away team, LA here. I'm going to have to give this to the Rams. Without Rondale Moore, DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think A.J. Green is going to be able to handle the Rams secondary. So I'm taking the Rams at -2 points in this game. I will take them outright since they are favored. And I'm going to take the over in this matchup. The total is 49 points. This is like a 26-24 type game to me. So over 47.5 points, excuse me. Moving along, we got the San Francisco 49ers heading to Denver to play Russell Wilson. Denver didn't look too impressive last week against Houston Texans. Couldn't even cover a -10 spread in their own house. San Francisco, they got Garoppolo back. I gotta say, I think Garoppolo's got the edge here. It's a close game. Spread is 1.5 favorite to the away team, San Fran. I'm taking San Fran -1.5 in this matchup. I will take them outright. And both of these teams like to run the ball. And the total is 45.5. I'm taking the under 46.5 points in this matchup. Pretty easy for me. And last game of the week, nice divisional matchup. We got the Dallas Cowboys playing the undefeated New York Giants. Wow, it feels weird to say that this early in the season. The spread is 2.5 points. It's a close one to me. I just don't know if Cooper Rush has got it. New York Giants offense is just looking much better with Brian DeBall. I think the spread's 2.5. I'm taking the Giants in this matchup. I think their defense makes a statement. So Giants -2.5 outright, and the total is 39.5 points. I'm taking the under in this matchup. I don't think much the offenses do much. Defenses pretty much control this game. Plus, it's primetime game, so everyone's watching it anyway. I'm taking the under 40.5 points for this matchup. That was it for the Week 3 slate. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Like I said, go ahead and drop me a subscribe, comment, like, turn on your bell notifications. You guys ready to win some money? Let's get it.